Hi, welcome to the February edition of the Beloit Today Show. I'm Beth Jacobson.
I'm Pam Lathrop.
And we have an exciting show today. I will be interviewing Jenny Fricke from the Rock County Health Department, and she's going to talk to us about the flu.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
But she has a lot of good tips and advice on how to avoid the flu. So you really want to stay tuned for that. You don't want the flu.
No, we won't get into all the details, but it's not good.
It's not pretty.
You don't want
it's
it.
not pretty.
And who are you interviewing today?
I'm interviewing Dick Vogel. He is a swim coach over at Beloit Memorial High School, so we'll get to see the new natatorium.
Ooh, and I've heard so many wonderful things. My niece is so excited. She still has to get through middle school or intermediate school, but she's excited to get to the high school already.
Good, ready to swim.
Yes, that's exciting. Oh, and then we're also going to talk to Bill Tyler, our Captain Bill Tyler from the Beloit Police Department. He's going to talk to us about animal control, and he's going to show us the new van. It's kind of a van that they've purchased to transport animals, and he's going to talk about how caring for stray and owned pets has evolved over time, and he'll show you the new state-of-the-art equipment that we have.
Cool. So no stray pets.
That's right, and it's been so cold, so and I'm so lucky that we have this vehicle, so any pets that are abandoned or picked up during this very cold experience we're having this winter, that they'll be safely transported and cared for.
Absolutely. And now we just want to mention that we're filming in the Forum today, just this little brief episode here. And this is where the City Council sits and has their meetings, and there are several committees that also meet in here. Mm-hmm. So we just kind of wanted to put in a plug that we have lots of vacancies on committees. And if you are interested in applying for a committee, please contact me, or you can go on the website, and the application is on the website.
Yes, and Pam's number is 364-6614.
Right, thank you.
So stay tuned. Here with Jenny Fricke, and she is a public health nurse at the Rock County Health Department, and she's here today to talk about a really exciting topic, the flu. So Jenny, first let's talk about how long have you been with the health department?
About 1.5 years. I started in August.
And then for people that don't know what a public health nurse is, what do you do day to day?
Well, it varies. We do a lot of different things. The long and short of it would be, we do home visits with pregnant women and newly parenting moms. We do follow up on communicable diseases. We do a lot of education around lead and elevated lead levels. So we do a lot of different things and are out in the community with doing education and meeting with people.
Yeah, and I feel like you guys go to a lot of meetings. There's a lot of times where they say, call the health department, and then here comes a public health nurse, right?
Yeah, we try to stay up on what's going on in the community and be a part of things that are going on. And so usually we try to find staff members that can attend those meetings.
And the reason why we have Jenny today is because I was at a meeting earlier this month, and I heard that the flu is terrible this year.
Correct.
And so tell us a little bit about the flu. We have some questions, but what are the common symptoms of the flu? Some people say cold and flu, but the flu is pretty bad and icky.
Yes, it's very icky. And it's the influenza is a respiratory infection that's spread by the influenza virus. So it's going to affect the nose, the lungs, everything upper respiratory. So symptoms of influenza would be like sneezing, running coffee nose, body aches, fever, sore throat, all those types of things, and you really just don't feel well at all. It's not, a mild runny nose, or it is not associated with a gastrointestinal illness where you have a stomach ache. Sometimes in children they will get nausea or vomiting if they get influenza, but again, it would be mostly in children. Adults don't usually.
And then
get
the
that.
flu, you can't really treat it, right? You just have to kind of fight through it, or I think what you guys promote is getting on the front end so you get vaccinated, right?
Yes, we're all about prevention, but there are medications that you can take if you are diagnosed by a provider, or if the provider feels like you do have influenza. There's antiviral medications that can help not make the flu as serious in people that are at risk for complications when they get the flu. It's not a quick cure or anything like that, but it can definitely help decrease the severity of flu.
And, I know we get emails here at the city that say, get your flu shot, this is the time. We can either all go to a flu clinic, or we can, obviously go to local pharmacies.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what you guys are promoting, is getting the flu vaccine. And specifically, tell me a little bit more about this H1N1. Is it the same that you get the flu shot for? Is it a different strain? How does that, what's the story with that?
So back when H1N1 was big in 2009, that was not included in the annual flu shot that they had prepared, and so there was a separate vaccine that people were encouraged to get immunized with to protect them from that. Every year after that, H1N1 has been included in the annual influenza vaccine. So this year, like all the others, there is H1N1 in the flu vaccine that people would be getting. So with another A strain and a B strain as well.
So there's a couple people I know that say, I never get the flu shot, I never get the flu. What's your recommendation?
Well, I just, I really hope you don't get the flu, because once you have it, then I'm pretty sure you would get immunized against it, because it's not a cup of tea to be sick and out of work and, or if you have a child that's sick and you have to stay home with them and miss work and all those types of things. It costs the United States billions of dollars every year from people that are sick with the flu. Mm-hmm.
So how is the flu looking this year? I heard it's bad, right? It's everywhere.
the flu vaccine is actually a pretty good match, because it does have the H1N1 in there, and that's what we're seeing a lot, but immunization rates aren't that wonderful. They're pretty low, and so we always are encouraging, it's never too late to get your flu vaccine. Come in and get it. Protect yourself. Obviously, the flu vaccine is the best way to prevent the flu, but also covering your cough, covering your sneeze, washing your hands frequently, staying home from work if you're sick. If you have a fever, make sure it's been 24 hours since that fever has subsided before you return to work or your children return to school.
And we were talking about children, so you were saying that a child, an infant, cannot be vaccinated, and so if you have small children, what age can your children get vaccinated? And then you were talking about caregivers.
Mm-hmm. So any child that is 6 months of age or older can receive a flu vaccine. Any child younger than that obviously cannot, and is going to be very susceptible to getting the flu and also having complications if they get the flu, such as having trouble breathing, getting pneumonia, having to be admitted into the hospital type of things. So in order to protect those individuals that are younger than 6 months, it's recommended that all the caregivers, anybody that's going to be in contact with that baby, get immunized against it, so that they aren't getting the flu and passing it on to their children, which can be a common problem.
So could somebody get a flu shot now if they haven't gotten one?
Definitely. The flu is still picking up. We're still seeing lots of cases and lots of hospitalizations, so it's not too late. Definitely go in.
Do you think there's anything else we missed that we need to talk about with the flu?
I don't know. I mean, one thing is check with your insurance companies, because there's been recent changes in a lot of insurance companies that flu vaccines and other vaccines could be covered up to 100%. So definitely check with your insurance and see if the flu vaccine is covered for you. Otherwise, you can get it lots of different places. The health department, obviously, pharmacies, clinics, all sorts of places. So.
Well, thank you for being here. Hopefully next time you can come for a more pleasant interview. And as always, you can always go to the health department's website. It's through Rock County to find out more information. And I know that you can call. I mean, I just kind of picked up the phone and called one of your coworkers, so you can always call and just ask questions, right?
Definitely. Mm-hmm. We always have nurses there. So.
Well, thank you for being on our show today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you very much.
As you can see, we're at the Beloit Memorial High School natatorium. I'm here with Dick Fogel, who is swim coach extraordinaire. I have to say, how long have you been here, Dick?
I've been living in Beloit, coaching in Beloit for 32 years. It'll be 33 in March.
And this pool is a dream come true, isn't it?
Right, yes it is.
How long has this pool been in the DreamWorks?
In the DreamWorks? Oh, probably almost as long as I've been in Beloit, because we've always had the pool that they put in the old pool, it's in another building. Part of the building was a used pool. When they put it in, it always leaked, and it got worse and progressively worse over time. It was an aluminum pool, and it really had some real structural issues towards the end. And this happened, when they went to go for the referendum, they included a swimming pool. It was like, wow, they're really good. Mr. McNeil was really serious about it, so it was really nice.
You must have been jumping up and down.
I was really trying to keep under control because I didn't want the focus to be just on the swimming pool for the referendum, because every building in this district got touched, and it was a redevelopment program for the whole school district and the community, not just for the swimming community.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we're just here today to talk about some of the new programs that you have going on at the pool, and just to highlight one of the beautiful gems that has come out of that whole referendum.
Right.
As you can see, I'm wearing my swim parent t-shirt because I used to be a swim parent, and Dick coached both of my sons. And you're still here, you're still coaching, and tell us, how many people can this auditorium seat?
Well, we opened on October 21st, and we are capable of seating 870 spectators, which makes this the second largest facility in the state for swimming. The swimming pool, we've had the girls' conference swim meet here, both middle school conference meets here for boys and girls. We're going to have the boys' high school conference meet here next week. We're hoping to get sectionals here next year. We've had the Beloit aquatic team held a meet here for 2 days. We've had as many as 1,300 people in this pool. And even at the middle school level, you're thinking little kids, we've had as many as 1,100 here. So it's really incredible. That's including competitors, not just the spectators.
That's awesome to bring that many people into Beloit.
Right.
And to show how our community has grown and moved. And let me just say that swimming is not an easy sport.
No.
And I remember when my sons were in it, we had football players who swam in their off season to keep in shape.
Right.
So, people go, swimming. That's not true. It's a lot of time face down in the water, a lot of concentration, a lot of mental ability too.
Well, you're out of your normal environment. You're not walking on ground. You're in water, so it's almost like being in space, so you have to have a lot of body awareness. And it takes a lot of time to develop it. And you were mentioning those football players, but some of those football players in a couple of years became pretty good swimmers.
Absolutely.
So we'll take anybody into our program at any age, any ability level. We have a lot of kids that come out that are, can barely swim, and by the time they're, in high school, if they swim in our middle school program, or by the time they're seniors in high school, they're usually pretty good swimmers if they stay with it. We allow anybody into our program. We don't cut. And like, for example, we had like 45 girls out for high school swimming this year, 38 for high school boys. We had over 80 middle school girls and over 50 middle school boys. So we have a lot of kids 6 through 12. But our summer team, that we run at Kruger, that will be going year round here eventually. We had as many as over about 250 kids on our summer team.
So now I know the Leisure Services is going to be working with you to start some swim lessons. So let's talk about the swim lessons that are going to be starting here.
Well, I've been the manager for Kruger Pool since 2006, and so it's kind of like a natural fit that Kim Waite and I run all the facilities and the programming. Andre DeCoke is a big help as well. We're starting a swimming lesson program with the same teachers that teach swimming lessons in the summer at Lifeguard and all that, and so parents will be familiar with them. We're starting February 22nd. It'll be a morning program. I think the lessons start at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the cost is pretty reasonable. Let me look it up here. It's $26 if you're a city resident, $34 if you're a non-resident for 5 lessons.
Okay.
And they'll be running in different sections throughout the end of the winter here and into the spring, and then carry over into the summer.
Do you have to have any swimming ability?
No, we'll take non-swimmers and people who are familiar with our program know that our instructors are excellent. They've had a lot of good coaching and teaching by myself and Mr. DeCoke and Ms. Waite, so things are really good.
Great. And is there an age limit on those swim lessons?
I think 5. 5 years old. 5 is youngest, and we'll take it. We even run private lessons if you want a private lesson, even for adults.
So you do take adults. Great.
Yes, we will.
Well, I think it's a great way to experience the pool, and it's a great way to do something fun during the winter. And if you're, at all interested in swim programs, start out here.
Yep.
can't be any better facility. I mean, okay, maybe there's one bigger facility in the state, but
It's at the University of Wisconsin, right?
yeah. So thank you so
Thank
much
you very
for
much.
being here with us today. If people are interested in swim lessons,
They can contact Leisure Services, or, yeah, that would probably be the best place because I'm in and out of class all the time teaching
Sure.
here at Whitmore.
Okay, so call our Leisure Services Department and we'll see you in the pool.
All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm here in the garage at the police department with my friend, Captain Bill Tyler, and we are here to talk about animal control. So a lot changes. We've been working on animal control since 2010 when I started here. And a lot of things have changed over the years, but I think right now we're in a place where we're in a good place where all animals have somewhere to go, and that wasn't always the case, right?
Right, we're pretty pleased with the progress we made so far with an animal in Beloit that needs a place to go, whether it be stray, abandoned, neglected, abused. We have a location for that animal to go, at least in the defined period of time.
So what's happened in 2014, and it's kind of started in 13, is that the police department now picks up animals rather than having someone from a humane society come and pick them up in Beloit.
Right, that was a change that happened about 2 years ago with that change. So we've got trained personnel with a properly equipped vehicle so we can pick up animals in the city and take them to an appropriate shelter, which wasn't always the case before.
Right. And another thing that the police department has invested in and done really well with is social media. And so in the last 3 years, the police department's evolved over time, and it's been and it's exciting for us because not only are we picking up all animals and taking them somewhere safely, but we're also posting pictures or photos on social media so people can identify their animals or their neighbors' animals or their friends' animals, and then identify where that animal went.
We've had very good luck with our animal control officers, our CSOs that do that. We got some good positive feedback with putting the animals on Facebook and other media sites to help reunite those animals with their owners if that's a desire. And we've had a lot of good feedback.
Now, something that people ask me a lot is that we talk about owned animals and stray animals. Can you explain a stray animal? I think we all know what that is, but let's talk about an owned animal because that's probably where I think a lot of people get caught up. What does that mean? And those are the animals that go to Dane County. So why would you have an animal that has an owner?
Sometimes we have situations where somebody has an emergency medical condition at their home and they're required to be transported to the hospital and their dogs are left there. So they're an owned animal, but they need a spot to go. There's no one to care for them. Somebody injured in a motor vehicle accident where they're injured in the vehicle, they have their pet with them, they have to go to the hospital, they're in critical condition, that animal has to go somewhere. So those are the most common situations. Other than if somebody has an owned animal that's abused or neglected, then those are a little bit different.
Right.
But an owned animal is really somebody who we know this animal has an owner, it's just they're not able to care for it at this particular time.
So I know I am a pet lover, and I know you have a lot of animals at your house, and so I just want, if there's anything people can take from this interview, is that all animals in Beloit that are stray or need care, there's somewhere for them to go.
Yes, and that's been a major work in progress with ourselves administratively and the staff that do this to make sure we pick the appropriate location for that particular animal. We try to keep the animals that are owned animals at a certain location so we know exactly where they're at. A lot of times there could be an owned animal that becomes stray because they've run away, but we know by the nature of the animal that it's not just a stray running the street, it's somebody's animal who's got away from them. So we'll try to keep those within Rock County if possible because there's a more likelihood they're going to be reunited with their owner at some point.
Well, Bill, thanks for letting us interview you about sort of the side of it that's contractual and probably kind of boring. And then I think we're going to interview Polly next and she's going to tell us more about this truck.
Yeah, she loves this vehicle. She's really excited.
It looks very cool.
Right.
Well, thank you again.
All right, thank you.
Hi, we are in the garage at the police department. This is Polly Richards. She is one of our community service officers and also our humane officers that helps us with animal control. And Polly let me use a prop today. These are her gloves for when she has maybe ferocious animals. But first, how long have you been with the police department?
I've been with them since 2006.
So you've been with us for a while through all the changes with animal control, and this is your newest deal, right?
Yes, it is. It's our animal control vehicle.
Yes, and so this is the animal. Well, why don't you tell us? Where do you take this truck?
We take it to all residents that have a contained animal that we need to go pick up, and then they're transported to either Rock County Humane, Dane County Humane Society, or the ECA.
And what's the ECA?
Exceptional care for animals. It's for critically injured or sick animals that need immediate attention.
So if an animal were maybe hit by a car
Yes.
and still is
Absolutely.
struggling or something, then you would respond.
Yes.
Now, if a resident, I get this question a lot. If a resident sees a stray animal, ideally they would call non-emergency and then also try to contain the animal in a backyard or.
Yes, because we only have so many resources to actually catch a dog. We're not dog catchers. We will attempt, but if they can contain it, that it's just an added bonus for us.
So the resources you have, if the animal is timid or shy, are these.
Those, we do have a catch bowl that we use fairly often. Dogs get scared. They may not be a biter dog or a vicious dog, but they get scared. So for our protection and their protection, we use the snare pole, contain them, calm them down, and then load them in the vehicle.
Now this looks intimidating, but I know that you've had training on it. I mean, there's a way to use this pole
Right.
to handle an animal because just looking at it, it looks sort of intimidating, but in fact, there's a humane way to catch.
Oh, absolutely. It's more humane to get them under control than to try to lasso them, or if it's done right, it's not it is a humane way to do it. It's not a mean way to do it. So I want residents to know if they see us with these, we're not going to hurt the animal.
Right. And then when you have the animal, do you assess them or do you just put them right in and then you take them to the...
No, we do a lot. We do a neighborhood survey first. We try to contact at least 5 individuals in the area. Sometimes we go like a block away because dogs travel. Make contact, see if anybody knows where that dog belongs. We have a microchip. If it is an animal that we can safely microchip, we have to have microchipping. Any tags on the collar, it's a great resource. That's why we stress if you have a dog license, which you're supposed to,
Right.
please keep it on the collar. We see that number, we immediately call the city treasurer's department, find out the owner. You will get your dog back that day. You won't have to go to Rock County and get it back. So
Do you find the owners frequently?
probably 50-50. I would say more times than not, there's no tag on the collar. And I love the little tags where people can buy the heart-shaped tag that maybe has the animal's name and the phone number. It's wonderful. Because after hours, the city treasurer's department is not open. So even if they did have a dog license, there's no way we would be able to find the owner after hours. So it's great when they have that extra little tag on there.
And then I know you also pick up cats. If you can.
Absolutely, a lot of cats. We have a lot of stray cats in the city.
And so that you do the same thing. You try to find the owner and
Yes,
then...
microchip, neighborhood survey, and if all else fails, we even call each other at home sometimes. Hey, we've seen this dog, anything to find the owner before we transport it.
Nice. Now, what is one of the biggest challenges you have? Is that the challenge identifying the owner?
Yes, absolutely.
Now, are the dogs ferocious or are they just nervous generally?
Generally nervous. The amount of quote vicious, ferocious dogs is very low. But when you corner a dog, they're scared. If you see a dog maybe growling but the tail is wagging, that's not a mean dog, that's a scared dog.
And then, just so that our residents know, you had to go through extensive training to do this.
We're getting more and more training. Yes, we are. We're continuing with our training. There's a lot to it.
Right.
Yeah, lots of training.
So earlier we interviewed Bill, Captain Bill Tyler, and he's there's a lot of things in the state. There's a way that you have to contain the animal, and this truck is necessary. You can't just put a dog in the back of the squad and let it sit
Well,
there.
we're doing that, and that was not good on so many levels.
Right.
Not to mention it was ruining the squads, and that's not actually what you're probably supposed to house a dog to transport them.
And then-
you want them safe when you transport.
And you can easily clean this.
Very easily. There's drainage holes on the bottom. You can hose it down. It drains down. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Now, is there anything you want the residents to know? get a dog license?
Yes, please get your dog license. I know some people are not aware of that, but we stress that, and rabies shots. Please keep up with that. And just have something identifying on your dog. Dogs get out, for lots of various reasons, and if we can bring your dog home that day, that's our main goal.
Well, I know I get the stats from about the the animals that are transporting to the Rock County and Dane County Humane Society. So Holly's being very soft-spoken today, but she's very busy, and our staff is always picking up animals. So we appreciate the work that you do, and thank you for sharing this with us. I know the residents are excited about it.
Hi, I'm Linda from Visit Beloit, and this is Jonathan Webster from the Ironworks Hotel. He's the new general manager, and we just wanted to take a little tour today and have him tell us about their renovations and their rebranding and all kinds of great stuff they have going on. So Jonathan?
Yes, thank you, Linda. We are currently the Ironworks Hotel, formerly the Beloit Inn. We have 54 rooms here on property. Our renovation is kind of a rebranding and a tribute to the industrial past of not only Beloit but Wisconsin. So throughout our lobby you'll find photographs of people like S.C. Johnson, Alice. In the hallways you'll find Evinrude Motors. So with artwork, pieces of the moldings from Beloit Corporation, we really try to give a great tribute to the industrial past here.
And they do a great job. If you haven't been into the Ironworks Hotel since it was the Beloit Inn, you have to come in and see the space because it's absolutely amazing. It's very, very different. It feels like you're walking into a totally different hotel. Tell a little bit about the property, how many rooms you have of each style. And
Sure. We have 54 rooms. We have 3 different styles. The first would be our Legacy Suite, which we are in today. We also have our Heritage Suite, and we have our traditional rooms with 2 queen beds. So different room types for different needs. We also have connecting rooms available for families and larger get-togethers. Our rooms feature Keurig coffee makers, fully stocked minibars. We have complimentary wireless internet. Our bathrooms have all been upgraded, so this suite in particular has a large spa-like bathroom with a rainforest shower. We have the Heritage Suite, which has a deep soaker tub and a separate shower. And then our traditionals have a bath and shower combination.
terrific, good. And you are pet friendly, I understand.
Yes, we are pet friendly, so feel free to bring your dogs along with you. We do have treats available at the front desk. We are along the river, so a great place to walk your pet. And it's all for a small fee. They can stay with you for $10 additional per night.
All right. And you have packages available?
Yes, we do. We have packages available. With Valentine's Day coming up, we do have a Valentine's package. It includes $100 to Maryland Houston Steak Joint, which is connected to the hotel. You also get champagne and chocolate-covered strawberries. And we also have a bed and breakfast package, which includes breakfast for two. It's a hot breakfast buffet each morning, and that's served in Maryland Houston's as well.
Champagne and chocolate, you can't beat that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we also have WM Day Spa opening up next door, and we'll be soon featuring some spa packages as well.
Terrific, good. Can you tell them a little bit about Maryland Houston's in case they haven't been there?
Yes, Maryland Houston's Steak Joint. That's a fantastic restaurant here on property. We feature steaks. We have daily specials, also a Friday fish fry. They do provide room service to the guest rooms, so you can dine in the comfort of your guest room if you wish as well. So that is a tribute to Beloit. You'll see some great local photographs, a lot of black and white, and that's a tribute to, you know, when things were, it was a harder time at that point, so we just want to inspire you to take it a little easy.
And meeting and banquet space.
Yes, meeting and banquet space, that has all been refinished. We can fit, we have 4 rooms. Each one can seat 40 to 60 people, or the combination of all of them creates a ballroom for about 250 people. So whether it's a business meeting, a social gathering, a large wedding, we're happy to accommodate. And that is all catered through Maryland Houston's.
And they do a great job with their catering. We had a banquet here this week, and they just did a phenomenal job.
Well, thank
so
you.
We really appreciated
Thank
the
you.
service and hard work and the fantastic food. It was really, really good. Yeah. And anything else you want to tell us about?
Well, our renovation should be fully complete by the end of March. So all 54 guest rooms should be complete. If you haven't seen us, please stop by. The lobby, it looks fantastic. We also have a lobby bar, which will be opening in the summer. So feel free to come in, enjoy a cocktail. We also have complimentary coffee in the lobby, so you can sit down, grab a newspaper, and just enjoy the space.
Terrific. Well, why don't you give them a little tour and we'll take in some of the view.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. So this here is our Legacy Suite. So you have a great sitting area. We're on the riverside, so there's a fantastic view of the Rock River, including the Ironworks complex across the river. There's some great murals there, also giving a tribute to the industrial past. There's a double-sided fireplace, as you see. On either side, there's a 47-inch flat-screen television, and in the bedroom area is a king-size bed. Our desk area will feature all of your amenities, such as your Keurig coffee maker. We have cordless telephones with speaker. We also have our fully stocked minibar and wine for you to enjoy. We have some great plush bathrobes, so when you take advantage of the rainforest shower, you can get out and you're nice and cozy. If you want to follow me this way, this is the bedroom area. So we have the iHomes. They're MP3, iPod, and iPad compatible, so you can bring your own music and enjoy, or just turn into the local channels here in Beloit and see what we have to offer. We can go into the bathroom. This here, we have a great vanity area. So we have our lighted makeup mirror. We do have Aveda products as well. These are rosemary mint, and they're also available for sale next door at WM Day Spa, should you enjoy the products. Around the corner here is our walk-in shower, and that is a rainforest shower head. It also has multiple jets and handheld as well. So we've paid a lot of attention to detail. We hope you can stop by and stay, and we'd love to have you.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, for giving us a tour today of the new Ironworks Hotel. We love it here. We're so thankful at Visit Beloit that we have such a beautiful property.
Well, thank you very much. And we'd love to see any of you here. Feel free to stop in, as I said. And it's been our pleasure giving you a tour today.
Have a great week.
Well, that's a wrap.
I guess so. I mean, isn't this a great place to end our show?
This is, I wish you could smell the chlorine through the TV.
And feel the warmth. Pretend I'm in Florida.
Well, we were gonna jump in the pool, but we can't because Pam has a cast, so I guess next time.
It's not waterproof.
Yeah.
But just to remind people what Polly said, please get your dog licenses. And you can get those at City Hall at the treasurer's office. You just need some records from your vet, so you might want to check before you come in.
Right, get your vaccination records, and then you can come in, and the deadline is April 1st, so you have plenty of time. It's affordable, it's less than $10. So get your pet license, get your flu shot, and perhaps you should exercise too to stay healthy.
That's right. So that's the New Year's show, with all your resolutions, just add that to your list.
That's right.
Thanks, Beth.
Thank you, and thanks to our staff for helping us film today, and the Beloit School District for letting us come in. We are now in third period, and we had to pull some strings. So we appreciate the help, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you. Happy February.